Till the moon is high, the standings are tight. Sean still haunts our dreams at night. 8 weeks down, the ghosts awake. It's time to see who sealed their fate. Still sitting at 1, 8 weeks in, and we're all done. We're tired of that smug little grin. Will someone please just make him not win? Josh tried to fight, but turned to NASCAR. Lost there too, yeah, it's bizarre. 2 L's in 1 weekend show. Sean's still up high, Josh sunk below. Curse of number 1 won't break. We're all howling at the moon for fate to shake. Someone stake that vampires run before Sean defeats us one by one. Halloween's here, the spirits scream. Let's end this curse, undead dream. Clint, it's your time, make it fun. Slay the beast, dethrone number 1. Creeping through windows, messing with heads. Jake thought he had it, then poof, it was gone. We'll snatch that W before the dawn. Could he rise again? Unlikely, sure, but if it means a drink, crawl, let's toast to chaos, screams and thrills, to will the zombie getting killed. Ian's team looked like rotten meat. Lowest score can't take the heat. Adam coasted, didn't try, still took the dub, didn't bat an eye. Jeremy's fading, playoff dreams thin, while John came swinging for the win. Top score fire burns within, fueled by Ben's trash talk, let it Ben says you're trash. John says we'll see. It's a haunted rivalry! The curse of number 1 won't break. We're howling at the moon for fate to shake. Someone stake that vampires run before Sean defeats us one by one. Clint's got silver, we've got stakes. End this streak for all our sakes. Halloween's here, the spirits scream. Let's end this curse,
Oh, John, I hope you heard that last part. Good times. Well, happy Halloween, everyone. We're doing this video here on Halloween Day, trying to get it out as early as possible. We did miss the Thursday night games, last night or the game last night, but it didn't directly affect it too much. So, but we'll talk about that here. So, can you believe, 8 weeks in already, 6 weeks to go to the playoffs? So it seemed so long, that we had a long ways to go, but now we're getting to crunch time, really, where many of you, I'll hopefully say you, and not me, uh, you have to win. You're getting to the point where one more loss could be the difference of you making the playoffs or not. So, all right, well, let's talk about week 8, shall we? We've got some highlights to go over. So, top score, you can see it on the screen here. John came out swinging, 156.08 points. Just beat down of Jeremy on the week. The number 2 high score, right, Sean? 150.12. Will had the third highest. So look at that. 2 wins on the year. Third highest. Point total 135.52. And how this cruel game works, right? The fourth highest point total, 132.54, which is Jake. So scored the fourth highest. Just unfortunately, he played the team who scored the third highest and gave him the loss. Both teams now looking at 2-6 and knowing one more loss and it could be over. Just from a few matchups aspect, Sean dominated Josh. You can see on there 150-86. Ouch, to say the least. Another dominating one was John over Jeremy as well. So 156-106. So both those matchups were definitely one-sided and dominated. Well, also, since we just talked about the winners of the week and the good scores and the high scores, we'll give an award out for the loser of the week. And no, that's not going to be Ian, even though he only scored 84 points. I'll save naming Ian as a loser of the week for next week, based on his matchup for this week, but or for the next video. But I'll give it to myself. Just a horrible underperformance. I mean, we can scroll. I don't want to. I don't want to revisit it, but just Baker 4 points. McCaffrey seriously 9. And just scrolling down, I had a lot of red on the team, and yeah, I dealt with that. Took the L. I called it. Still took it. So my predictions, if you're curious, which I know you all are. So let's see. I picked Adam to win versus Ian. We got that one right. I said Adam comes back with a vengeance. Not so much, but he didn't have to against Ian. We picked Jeremy over John. Definitely picked that one wrong. That wasn't even close. I said Jeremy rebounds this week, and I never picked John. Well, maybe I need to start picking John. John's putting up some points. So there was one I got wrong, 1-1. I also missed the one with Will and Jake. I mean, they were really close. So that was a toss-up coming down. I don't know, one touchdown here, a few more extra yards there, but got that one wrong too. So 1-2. And this one's almost embarrassing to call. I did pick Josh over Sean. Said that Sean had a ton of players on bye. Jacksonville was on bye, so he had to actually play non-Jacksonville players. So we gave Josh the win, or we called it, and we said it, and it wasn't even close. Sean just shut that door really damn quick. So got that one wrong, 1-3. And then the next one too. We picked Dez over Clint. I really think I picked these with, the heart, not the head, of who I wanted to win. I wanted the top teams both to have a loss and to make it a little bit closer for those teams that were sitting at 5-3 at the time frame. And yeah, I probably should have picked a little bit smarter, but Clint ended up winning. Didn't score a ton of points, didn't need to, just enough to beat Dez on there. And then I did pick correctly myself to lose. So I knew it was going to be a challenging week, but man, 88 points. I mean, if Jay only scored 113, I still thought I had a really good chance. I should have, been able to hit that. If you look at projections, if I would have hit my projection, I would have won, but didn't, but called it right. So there we go. 2-4 is how I did for the week. Standings. Yes, we've got Sean, Clint, still 7-1, leading the way. Jay, Adam, John, myself, all sitting at 5-3. Drops me way down in the order, of course, because I don't have as many points for as some of these other teams that are putting up a ton of points. But I'm still hanging in there, and there is a small divide. Then I know Clint kind of called it out on the messenger that right now it's like the top half and the bottom half, and there's a couple of games separating them. But a small win streak, small lose streak, of course that shakes it up. But you've got two teams, 3-5, Ian and Jeremy, and then the rest of the league, the other four, Jake, Dez, Josh, and Will, all sitting at 2-6. So yeah, there you go. So there's our rankings. There's how we did with our projections, and then a recap of last week. So, but enough of that. Let's talk this next week. Let's talk week 9 and who's going to win, because we're doing better with our projections this week. Actually, I'm going 6-0. I'm picking that now and saying I'm getting all of these right. So we'll start. First one, we've got Jay versus Adam. Jay already had Lamar play last night. It was nice to have him back in the lineup, I'm sure. 25 points. Adam has a lot of players on bye. And I just scrolled down when I was looking at it. He's quarterback and wide receiver and on bye. It's just going to make it tough for Adam to be able to win that. So picking Jay in an easy win this week, even though I still like Adam's team, still feel like he's going to make the playoffs, but just this week, he's got to get through the byes like a lot of us have had to do. So the next one, Will versus Jeremy. I picked this as a must win for Jeremy here. Because again, I picked him in the playoffs, right? And I didn't pick Will in the playoffs. So that right there tells you who I'm going with, as I'm picking Jeremy, because, Jeremy's got to win. He's 3-5 and a few losses and he's out. So I actually feel like this is a must win for Jeremy here, and he's going to get that and beat Will and then drop Will down having 7 losses, and pretty much then his run is done. Next, we've got Jake versus John. John, you know what? I'll pick you this week. How about that? Jake doesn't have any running backs. If you scroll down, Henry didn't do a lot last night. Yeah, 119 yards, but would have been nice for him to have a touchdown. But not at the expense of the tight end. So, nope. Actually, I'm fine on how that turned out. Just Jake would have liked it differently, of course. So, but yeah, Jake's hurting, going through. It's a little bit of everything. I think it's injury, it's bye weeks, it's what we all deal with, right? So I'm going to give this easy win to John this week. So there you go, John. Scrolling down, I'm skipping, Clint and Sean. We'll do that at the end. And then we'll do Josh and Dez. I feel pretty good about Josh's team this week. He's already projected to win by a ton. He's starting to get players back through bye weeks. He's got Tracy on his team. He's got Lamb back. He's got the quarterback wide receiver connection. He's got Kraft. Like, his team looks strong. Where if he wasn't 2-6, even if he had 3 wins, he could be a sneaky team, I think, to actually possibly go on a winning streak and make the playoffs. There's still a chance. And he's going to win this week based on my projections. So 3-6, possibly. I know Daz is dealing with some bye weeks. If I scroll down, he's got his running backs on bye weeks this week. So it would be tough for him to get a win this week. And that's not going to happen. So we're going to say belongs to Josh. Next, myself versus Ian. There's a lot of things I hate about fantasy football. Like when your tight end gets, 2 catches for 22 yards, right? That just drives you crazy when it's a big name tight end and an offense that scores a lot of points. And that's all the catches he gets. It's frustrating. But you know what I also love about fantasy football is that when that same tight end only gets 2 catches, but they both go for touchdowns, and that's what matters with the 16 points. So great game last night. Love to see Andrews. Love to see him get more touches. I guess he had a couple of carries too, which that helped. But, start him. I start him. I've kept him on my team all year because of this, of having, Lamar come back and the touchdown possibility, and I'll take it. So I think that definitely helped already put me ahead, a pretty large advantage. Ian had, Washington, who didn't do a lot. I do also think I've got this in my notes that this is a must win for myself as well. I think I need to go, 3-3 to round out the year. Can't have really any more than 6 losses. Need those 8 wins. And this is don't want to say this is an easy win, but this is one of those where I'm favored. I definitely need to win. I think the fun matchup, though, will be, Ian, I don't know if you scroll down and looked at it, will be, in our flex positions, Montgomery versus St. Brown. And I'm hoping I have such a huge lead here that it won't matter what happens. Well, and actually, this is early Sunday. I was actually hoping seems like the Lions always play Sunday night or Mondays anymore. I just assumed it was going to happen. But no, this is an early game on there. So, yeah. I guess it just depends on that game goes, right? Lions are up by a ton. Montgomery's actually in the offense. When they're not, then I'm sitting there screaming at the TV going, for the love of God, Gibbs is tired. Get him out. Get him some rest. Put in Montgomery. Because they don't. They keep Gibbs in, and he gets the ball over and over and over. So fingers crossed that it ends up to be almost a blowout, and Montgomery scores enough to keep me in the game. So, but I'm picking myself to win on that one. Who's left? The game, the matchup of the week, Clint versus Sean. The clash of the year, if you want to call it. I'm going to pick this time with my head, not my heart. I want Clint to win. Of course I do. Every video we have and every ending to these videos, I always say I want Sean to lose. And of course I do, but I'm trying to make correct picks. And if you can see already on here, Sean was already projected to win by a good amount. Achan had an okay night, but not enough. I mean, he probably would have had to score 30 to help make up that point gap. It just didn't happen. So I just can't, I hate to say it, can't pick against Sean this week. So he's going to get the win in the number 1 versus number 2 matchup. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's close. I hope it's fun to see and come down to the end, and very stressful for both of them. So there you go. There's our winners. If you want the recap, it's Jay, Jeremy, John, Josh, myself, and Sean all win this week. So there you have it. There's our video wrapping up week 8 and looking into week 9. So, all right. Happy Halloween once again, everyone. Good luck, as we enter here into week 9, of course, to everyone, but you know it, Sean.
Congrats to the winners who made it through, to the losers. The crypt's calling you. Look in the mirror. What do you see? A cursed